Good morning, everybody. How we doing? How do I manage always getting sick? It's because I have a 5-year-old son who will lay on the floor of every convenience store known to man, and then he will come home and sneeze right in my face. So that is how I manage. Now, I have a strat. I don't know if it's going to pay off or not. But what I'm going to do, you see I'm overcapped on Wizard Vault currency. That's going to be real valuable here after post-patch. But I'm going to complete all this stuff. I think that there's a convergence, right? No, I missed it. Alright, well, fractals it is. Fire elemental. Fire elemental is soon. Hit that. Hit that. 31. No. 21. 29. That's 50, right? Perfect. My clean inventory no more. Yeah. Convergence is right at the top. They're right at the bottom on the other one. Fire elemental. Metrica. Yeah, or 5 fractals, right? I'm gonna try to hit some of these time limited ones, and I'll probably grind fractals afterwards. Let's tag up for this. This is in 15 minutes. Excuse me. Yeah, I am not having a good time. XX45. Submit. Good morning, Gus. How you doing, sir? Oh, dude, this person sound like me. Straight, yeah, hacking. Ooh.
When the reactor blew, the world's fabric turned inside out. Some things will never be the same.
What is up, sir? I believe your name is not relevant. I guess we got Awakened Incursions coming in.
Time to do some
I am waiting for the Fire Elemental event for the weekly. And I'll probably be doing fractals. Not relevant. Not Revenant. Had to do a little decryption. So this weekend, me and my family went to a place called Great Wolf Lodge. Now, Great Wolf Lodge is a place in the U.S. that is... Jeez, these sounds are loud. What? These fools are blasting in my eardrums. Alright, so Great Wolf Lodge is a place in the U.S. that is an indoor water park. And it's like a hotel chain that has a water park attached to it. But you don't need to stay in the hotel to actually go visit the water park. Oh, what's up, Gary? I appreciate it, brother. Hey, you gotta work your way up to that 500 a month one at some point. But, so it's an indoor water park. And, water parks are disgusting. It says, hello, I bought the game from Epic Client. Can I play with my friends who got their game from Steam or Internet Client? Yes, you can. The client that you use to launch the game is not that important. There are some limitations for like how you buy expansions and stuff, I believe. Or gem codes, like you buy codes off of the, like from Walmart or something. Are you still spending the same amount of time in Guild Wars 2 as you did before? What keeps you coming back? I am not spending a whole lot of time in Guild Wars 2 as of late. I do still play it, and I do think it's like so. A lot of my video essays and stuff where I'm talking about kind of the state of the game and the issues of the game, it's not really relevant to... I'm not a Guild Wars 2 hater, you know? I'm not like, oh yeah, like, you know, delete the game sucks, you know? I do have certain frustrations. I think that the content creation scene is really hard because it's a lot of stale stuff, and it's an old game, so a lot of what there is to do has been done before, to the point that videos that I made like a year ago, I'm seeing other creators make the same video that I already made, and all of the videos that I've made, other creators have made, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So that is kind of the downside on the streamer or video YouTuber front. But for the actual game itself, and like, is the game worth playing? Is it fun to play? It is absolutely fun to play. And in terms of money spent to enjoyment, like, it is worth your money for the most part. It's just that as a player, like, it would be one thing if this was a single player game. Like, I simp for Liza P so much because it is literally just a one-time fee. It has its content, and that's what you get. And then it's coming out with a DLC, and that's it. There's no updates. There's no more. And I think MMOs and stuff like that are designed to be social. And when a lot of that social aspect gets eroded because the developers do not insist on keeping those systems in place, or they don't foster those systems. Like, when's the last time we heard about guild events? You know what I mean? I'm turning this shit down. This is blowing my eardrums out too, man. I'm like super sensitive. I've taken a break, got tired of grinding 10,000 materials for obsidian armor, doing the same tasks over and over and over again. Been playing No Rest for the Wicked. How's that game? Lately is Last Epoch, and that was a suggestion from my man Gary the Viking. Oh, Gus, you're taking a break too? Hey, it is a good time to get back, man. Like, literally. So I will say this: when I was playing all the time when Guild Wars 2 was my game of choice. I felt like these little 3-month patches took forever. I felt like they took forever to come out. But now that I'm not playing Guild Wars 2 all the time, I'm playing like once a week, twice a week, which frankly, I have the ability to do so, right? Like it when we're talking like my equipment panel is almost entirely filled up by the legendary armory slot, you know what I mean? Like I don't need to really grind for anything outside of little achievements and skins and stuff. So I could get away with playing once or twice a week to maintain my account status without it devolving into something unplayable or useless. But having other games to play in the meantime, and it's like, okay, Guild Wars 2 is just about to release their patch today. Like later today, they're releasing their final Absolution patch. It's a good time to play because there's going to be new stuff to do. There's going to be new story to do. There's going to be new stuff to speculate on. Like, hey, what's coming out in expansion 6, right? Like all of those things. Like today, this next coming week, it's today. Even this next coming month is probably going to be a really good time for Guild Wars 2. It's going to be after that period that shit starts to fall apart. That's when it's going to start becoming stale for all of the players like myself who are like at the end game, like at the actual end game. And so it's one of those things where getting up to that end game point, and I think that's where a lot of the disconnect is in a lot of my videos, is where people will go and write a comment and be like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this game is awesome. Like, it's like, yeah, dude, because you're in the honeymoon stage still. You're not up against the wall yet. Yeah, Gary, it's coming, man. I will swap my 0 to hero account over to EU, and I will do some EU stuff with you guys. Are you at work right now, or are you actually able to play? But I will say this. While I was a... Oh, nice. Oh, dude, you shitbagging. You shitbagging your job, bro. Straight gaming while teleworking. I'm going to report that, man. Anyway. So, but what I was trying to say is that if you have multiple games to play, and like Guild Wars 2 is like my MMO game, right? I'm not playing WoW. I'm not playing Final Fantasy. I'm not gonna have 18 MMOs to maintain my account on and pay subscriptions for. All right, later, not relevant. Thanks for stopping by, brother. But all of these, like this one MMO that I can maintain for the MMO type gameplay, I'll play that a couple times a week. And then in the meantime, like if I want to just come on here and turn my brain off, I'm going to grind maps on Last Epoch. Hey, Jeddick. Yeah, so the 0 to Hero series is I've been meaning to do a season 2. I don't have a lot of time, and with like there's going to be a really big video coming out soon, and I've been talking to my wife about it. I got all the stuff for it. I think you guys are all going to be really, really excited to see it. The 0 to Hero series in season 1 basically ends where most people quit, I feel. I have the precursor legendary armor. I have a fully tuned up build. And since then, on that account, I bought Chantier Wilds. Like, I literally did the first episode just to get the spear unlocked. But I might need to play that account more because Gary wants me to play on EU, so I'm gonna have to go to the dark side. Yeah, there's so that's another thing. A lot of quality of life upgrades are coming into the game tomorrow. So a lot of the inventory stuff, a lot of the stuff that keeps me from doing like open world legendary armor, which I might end up doing. I might end up doing a set of Soto armor for that account eventually. Yeah. Are you getting it for the did you already have it or did you get it for the wife? Yeah, the spear unlock is good just cuz like it's pretty good on most characters, right? Oh, you got no legendary armor. All right, well, we'll have to change that. How much longer we got for this event? 2 minutes. Nice. Yeah, Envoy 2. I was amazed how fast the Envoy 2 collection went. I remember that thing taking forever when I did it the first time. Oh man, you don't want to do the SPVP set? You don't want the SPVP set? That shit. I think World vs. World looks cooler. You gonna get the tentacle one? Yeah, the spear is meta for Dragon Hunter. It's also like I think the spear on Guardian is really an overloaded weapon. It's like, oh, it's the best healing weapon and it's the best DPS weapon, and it's like, oh, great. So it's just the best. Like, way to sell the expansion, guys, you know? But I'm curious to see what they end. I hope they, I really, really, dude, I'm, as much as it would be great content for the last patch just to be a giant turd, I'm really hoping that it's good. Oh yeah, you are a big World vs. Worlder. I'm hoping that it's from what I could tell, it's looking good. I don't know about the whole Gorseval. I don't know about the whole Gorseval thing because Gorseval's back. If they try to tell, I'll tell you what right now. If they try to tell me that Gorseval is a Cryptus, bro, bro. If Gorseval is now a Cryptus, I am gonna uninstall the game forever. I'm not even gonna lie. That is one thing that I cannot abide by. That is the ultimate retcon.
The reactor blew, the world's fabric turned inside out.
We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be an exciting day. Definitely. I don't know if Twitch drops are on, but over on Twitch, all the streamers are gonna be doing their thing with drops. SPVP is alright, man. It is toxic, but the problem with SPVP on NA is like, alright, it's 5:46 in the morning right now. Nobody is online. Nobody is playing. Most of the people that enjoy SPVP at this point are either at work or they're unemployed and they don't wake up until 5 o'clock in the evening. Oh, okay. We get back to Grey Wolf Lodge. So Grey Wolf Lodge is an indoor water park, and it's nice. The water park itself is climate controlled, so it's like 84 degrees. The water is heated to I think to the same, right? So like you get in the water, it's nice and warm, and then you get out and you're not cold. The problem that I have with it is the same problem that I have with water parks in general, where you're basically in a giant bath with a bunch of other dudes and kids and literally the general public. So basically, you have no idea what level of hygiene these people have, right? And the water is like heavily chlorinated. The water is like sanitized and heavily chlorinated. But if you're in a wave pool with literally like 50 to 100 other people, you know there's at least two dirty fools up in that wave pool that straight don't wash their ass or like straight haven't showered in like 2-3 days. You got one dude who's like, and I'm not gonna hate on anybody's biology, right? But there was one dude I saw. He was so hairy, he looked like he was wearing a sweater, bro. Like, and that dude's just wading out in the wave pool, and I'm just like, this is okay, all right. Like, yeah. That best case scenarios, there's only two, right? And so you're basically just sharing the water with all this swamp ass and all this oil and grease from everybody's body. So that's my thing. I really don't like the hygiene aspect of it, but like I was there with a group of friends, and I know the group of friends are all right, and it was for the kids, right? My son doesn't know anything about germs, obviously, because I'm always sick. So I was talking to them about it, and they were like, "Oh no, there's like a multi-stage filtration system and all this stuff, and like it's like heavily chlorinated, so like the water is safe. Like you're not gonna get sick, even though like you're in there with like 100 other people straight soaking their ass and their balls in this water." And I was like, "That's cool, man, but like if you take a glass of water, right, and you put like some water in it, and then you take a piss in it, and then you add chlorine to it, it doesn't get rid of the piss, like the piss is still in there." And that's what I don't like. And then afterwards, which this is just like straight up consolidates my theory. Afterwards, they have showers like in the bathroom. So once you're done in the dirty water and the swamp ass water, you can go to the bathroom and clean yourself up and just like, hey, I take a shower. We got a bunch of antibacterial like bar soap. We got shampoo, conditioner, like all this stuff, right? To just clean ourselves up before we drive home. I go into one of the shower stalls. There's a whole ass turd. Somebody took a whole ass shit in one of the showers. And I was just like, bro, what is happening? The Great Wolf Lodge that we went to, it's in Anaheim, so it's like right by Disneyland. Yeah, right by Disneyland. It was the happiest place on earth. It was right down the street from the happiest place on earth. Somebody took a whole ass shit in the shower, and that shit was just in there steaming, bro. It was just in there steaming, getting nice and juicy for the rest of the stalls. And the only amusing part about it was I saw it and I was like, oh hell no. And then I walked down, like I walked as far away as I could from it. So there's like 10 stalls. It was in stall 2. I went to stall 10, which conveniently enough, it was a handicap stall. Not gonna lie, I used a handicap stall. So I took up that one. The only amusing part about the whole situation is while I was cleaning up, because I was like, oh, I'm doing an extra good job now. Now that I saw that, I'm getting extra clean. While I was showering, every single person that walked in and was looking for a shower stall just got straight. I was just hearing like, oh, what the fuck? Like every like 2 minutes from some random person. It was great. And that was the only amusing part. So I was just sitting in there, like showering, straight pissed off, but also laughing my ass off. And then also the attendant lady that I told, uh, yeah, afterward I was like, dude, I gotta report this. I gotta tell somebody about it. So I go to this like towel. They have this like towel exchange, right? So they provide towels, and like if your towel gets all wet and socky, you could like swap it out. And so I go there, and she's like, "How many towels do you need?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I don't need any towels. I'm here to let you know somebody took a whole ass shit in one of the showers in the men's like restroom." And she was just like didn't know what to do. Bro, I don't know what was happening, bro. There was a lot of kids. It was not like I don't know what was happening. I don't like there was no attempts made to like clean it up or nothing, dude. It was like it was just there. And what's crazy about it is my wife was telling me about it. My wife was like, "Hey, they have showers in the bathrooms. They're really nice. Like, go check them out." And I was like, "Oh, I'll just go check them out when it's time to shower." And then that was my experience. That was my experience. So, I mean, hey, you ain't wrong, man. California has its flaws. No, she didn't say it. She was laughing because I was like, dude, I was not a very professional person. I was like, some dirty motherfucker took a shit in one of the shower stalls. Like it was stall number 2. And then like as I was explaining it to her, the guy behind me was like, "Hey, are you talking about the showers?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, okay, I was gonna tell him." And I'm like, I don't know how many people got told about it, but I'm pretty sure everybody was just like, "Bro, it ain't gonna be me cleaning it up." You know, like the workers were just like, "Oh, all right, yeah, I'll get somebody to clean it up," and then just never brought it up again because I'm sure if they went to their manager and were like, "Hey, what do we do about that?" They would be like, "Hey, you grab the mop," you know? That's what you do about it. They were probably just avoiding it. I mean, and I don't blame them, dude. I'd be avoiding it too. I'm not gonna lie. I've done a lot of dirty stuff. When I was on the ship, so common thing in the Navy. So you have berthings, right? And you have a CHT, central holding and transfer. It's basically like a giant septic tank on the ship, and there's like different stages. There's different there's like different settings you could put on your CHT. Like one of them's like hold. One of them's like transfer. Transfer means like you pump it out into the ocean. Well, whenever it's in like hold and it gets backed up, if people continue to try to like use the restroom while it's in that mode and it's full, it's just like you flush on your end, somewhere else on the ship, all of the shitters are gonna overflow onto the floor with a bunch of dookie water. So that happened in my berthing, and like in your berthing, that's like where your bunks are. So it's like it's overflowing like where you sleep. So this is not my first experience with like some straight nasty human turd situation, but I have always done a very good job of whenever I see that shit happening, I disappear. I'm not gonna be the one tasked to clean up that dookie water. I'm sorry, dude. I would dip out so fast. But I was also an E5, so I wouldn't have had to do the work, but I would have had to oversee the work, and I also feel bad for having to tell other people to do it. So, oh yeah, dude, it was definitely Larry. All right, we have 5. We have 5 things complete. Oh, nice. What's up, X-Men? How you doing, Devil Dog?
Some real damage.
How do you like your time in the Marine Corps, sir? Hey, Gus, man. Hey, go enjoy your family, brother. I do not blame you. You have a good one, too. Stop by Guild Wars 2 later today for the patch, bro. Get some new content for the first time in the last quarter. It was eventful. Where did you end up getting deployed anywhere? Yeah, I always try to describe it as it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It's kind of how I describe my military experience. Like some of the funniest, craziest shit that would have never happened in any other situation. What is this?
Shiny.
But for the most part, let's see. What's Canning City look like? I missed it. Events in Maguma. I wonder if any of these are riffs. Mount Maelstrom. Does Mount Maelstrom count as Maguma? New Kining City. New what? New Kining City counts as New Kining City. I love Spellbreaker. Went to Japan and Aussie land. Got pulled from Afghanistan 3 weeks before the fight. So one of my good buddies, he got I think he got blown up in Afghanistan. He was in an MRAP. He was in an MRAP and he drove over an IED and it like shattered his back. He got a Purple Heart, 100% disabled. The riffs for weekly. Wants to join. You were in Oki, I assume, in Japan. It's probably gonna be easier to just do regular ass events. Do riffs up in this bitch. Yeah, we also got pulled from the Kabul Afghan pullout. Was called back from leave when the same thing. Told different unit volunteered since they hadn't seen any action for a while. Oh yeah, well that's some action right there, dude. I don't know, man. The military mentality is kind of strange. I'm not gonna lie. I was never like. I'm gonna tell you right now. Most if you took a poll on Navy people and were like, "Hey guys, do you want to go on deployment?" People would be like, "It depends on where we're going." And it's like, "Oh, you're gonna go cut boxes in the ocean, um, in you know the Black Sea for going a freaking box." Most people are gonna be like, "Yeah, I'll pass." That was my brother. My brother was on the USS Cole before it got blown up, or after it got blown up, not before.
I could outrun a centaur.
And yeah, he spent a lot of time off the coast of Middle East, and that was like his Navy experience. Mine was a little different.
Another personal victory.
Motivations change your. They change what you look for. So if you double click a motivation, it changes the tier rifts that you see that you hunt for. And so then you use it once you get there. And then you do get increased rewards for being the guy that opens it. Kind of a. It's not my favorite system, but I think it. It's weird because it's like a mandatory system that also requires you to pay money, and it's a net gold loss at this point. I think so. It's basically like a giant sink that they added to the farm of materials with motivations. And it's like kind of the only way to target farm certain elements of the legendary armor in open world. I think that the fact that they're adding all of these like rifts to the currency is good. During my inventory clean out, I deleted probably 1 million of them. So that would have been nice to know that they were going to change that before I deleted all of them. But I also am not going to go for open world legendary armor. So I don't really care. All good.
Is it just me, or am I amazing?
I will say this: rift farming is this a is this an event? Just getting sucked into the.
Push him out with a broom?
This was the least helpful ever. We're gonna have to go up. No, we're going down. Easy peasy. But yeah, so besides that, Grey Wolf Lodge was fun. Well, we're probably gonna go back again, but I need a break from water parks, man. I definitely need a break from water parks. I need a break from doing stuff in general. I need more time to edit videos. I'm starting to get that itch to go back to school again, so I might be doing that. Oh shit. Hey Aeon. Yeah man, dude, that is my thing. Like I'm always I'm a very clean person. You know, like I shower twice a day. Like if I do like if I shower in the morning and then I go do something even remotely sweaty or dirty, like I shower again. Like the environment can handle it. I'm fine. I'm good. You know what I mean? And water parks is just like the complete opposite. So we went to before we went to Great Wolf, right? So my last experience at a water park was at Hurricane Harbor, Six Flags Hurricane Harbor, and that was worse, significantly worse. First off, I think the tickets were cheaper. I don't know. Like they were running a deal where you get season passes. I assume it's probably down here, right? Yeah. But they were running a deal, and we went there, and we went into the wave pool. First off, Hurricane Harbor sucks. It's old. It's not well kept up. Ton of people, and we went into the wave pool. People were straight disrespectful with how dirty they were, dude. People were like straight. Like I look over, like I'm there with my son and my wife, and we're like just trying to enjoy some of the water, right? And I look over, there's like four kids there, and they're straight up like blowing their nose into the water. And I was just like, I'm getting out. I'm getting out right now. You know, I'm not a germaphobe, but I'm also not gonna just be like, it's whatever. Like it'll disperse. Like, nah, dude, that bug is gonna come straight, drift right over to me. I already know it. So I was like, I'm out, dude.
Just one more confirmation.
How many more? How many more we got? Was that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 3. Legendary enemy. Yeah. Look at that. Didn't even need to do fractals. With a cool 15 minutes to spare. Now we could do some prep work. What am I gonna prep? So I think I already did my warrior. This guy right here is my Janthier Wilds character. So every expansion, I I don't create a new character, but I choose one of my characters to do it on. And for Soto, it was the Revenant. And for Janthier, I picked Thief, unfortunately. So here we are. I have a quickness Deadeye kind of build set up. And I have all of the Janthier Wild stuff completed. I think I did all the map comp on other people. Or I did Sindri on somebody else because I was farming like tier 3 rifts, and Janthier Sindri is arguably the best farm. I bet you it's gonna be in the Barrens. I bet you it's gonna be in the Barrens. We're gonna go from the Barrens to the new map. Our boy Maban is gonna open a rift for us. Let's see. People are actually here, huh? So we'll see if I get wrecked by the patch. So I'm not gonna collect any of these because I'm already maxed out. But I should be able to easily probably should. We'll see. I don't really care about the daily. I don't need the daily. But yeah, hopefully I'll be feeling better here pretty soon, and then I'll do a recap video because we had a lot of news. I'm not gonna be the guy that comes here and it's like, oh, there's a new blog post, like I'm gonna make a video on it. That's never been my thing, but we've had a decent number of blog posts come out about quality of life for Guild Wars 2. We had the whole balance patch preview, which was really good, or a step in the right direction, right? And then we're gonna have the new content patch along with a bunch of quality of life updates to mostly inventory management. So I'm excited to see kind of some of these things put in place. Most of that's happening on the 24th of this month. So we're still got a little ways away before all of it's implemented. But the main thing is I'm excited to get into that fractal. I might do another live stream and kind of grind through that fractal, or maybe work through it with some friends and try to put a video out on the fractal itself. The challenge mode is when on the 24th. So I definitely want to be a part of that rush this time because I definitely missed it. I was so disillusioned by Soto that when the Lonely Tower came out and all the bugs that were associated with it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just skip this one entirely. And so I still don't have the Cryptus title or whatever. But I'm curious to see what they do with this one. But with that, I think that's all I have to say for this morning. And do not forget to go over to your favorite Twitch streamer and get your Twitch drops. There's going to be a big influx of people over there. So if you like interacting with live chat, pick somebody you like to watch and watch them on Twitch. It's a huge help for me too, Aeon. Yeah, the inventory management stuff is it's a step in the right direction for sure, and I want to see more of that. I think that if they want to get this game in a place that is truly like in a maintenance mode situation, then they could definitely flex that over into the right direction to where it's easier to maintain, I guess you could say. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I want to shout out Gary. He's up to silver supporter, man. He's the first one. Silver supporter membership, dude. That's crazy. But yeah. And I will be I'll be doing there I'm working on like a big project. So I think that you guys are really going to enjoy it, and you're going to enjoy the direction the channel is going, even if it is a little different than it has been. But I want to evolve things, and I want to get better. I want to get better, and there's only one way I really know how to do that. So, and I mean, we'll see where it goes, but I think everybody's going to be in for a treat. So with that, I'm going to end it here. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.